Is there any technical difficulty, ma'am? Is there
No,
any
ma'am.
difficulty, ma'am?
No, can we?
Yes, ma'am. We can start, ma'am. We can start, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Very good afternoon. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Very good afternoon to all my teaching fraternity. So very nice to meet you all under this faculty refresher program. First of all, I would like to thank Team IoT Academy for organizing a very important help faculty members like us. I'm also a faculty here. So it will help us to upgrade us to the next level. So they see to it, I could observe with Team IoT that they are very particular in organizing events like this very frequently. So they take optimum care, and I'm very grateful for them for providing me this opportunity. Now, my dear friends here, we all belong to the same fraternity. So this is just I feel every event that I take part is just a sharing platform. Not that the other side I knew and the other side people doesn't knew. Every one of us, we are well aware of the topics that we come across. Only thing is we need to share. Sharing is very important. So this is a very good platform where we share our knowledge on these various topics. And I'm very grateful for all of you for being a part of this. Let me just get into the session. So the topic for the day is team building. So team building skills is highly very what do you call need of the hour, because pre-COVID and post-COVID we could find very much differences amongst the student community. So the attitude of the students, so their behavior, the way they take care in their academics, all these they have changed drastically. I hope all of you would agree. Yes. So in this specific scenario, so in this with this backdrop, now am I audible, ma'am? Revati, ma'am, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am. Your PPT,
Okay.
I think you'll be sharing now, right, ma'am?
Okay, I'll share, ma'am. I'll share.
Yes, ma'am.
So with this backdrop, I would like to get into the topic today, which is team building skills. So team building is it's highly essential with these students today. Is the PPT visible?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So yes. So with this, let us get into the topic. So team, I would like to have a small expansion of the word team. So together, everyone achieves more. So it, no man is an island. We have a very good proverb. So we cannot just be alone in this society. So we have to work in team. We have to get along with people. It may be in our professional life or it may be in our personal life. So togetherness is very, very important. So with this small expansion, so what are these skills? Let me just share a brief outline about this. These What are these team building skills? So this is actually, this helps us to empower, enhance. So this actually develops, it improves, it enhances self confidence. So this is what we have to impart our students, our learners. So these days, learners, that is what I said, post COVID, it is very difficult for us to manage students. Hope every one of us will be accepting, and we are facing the same scenario. Gaining self confidence, imparting self confidence, and making them to be together is a very difficult task these days. So they should be given opportunity with different tasks. So task oriented teaching is direly needed now. So they have to learn task oriented learning. Task based teaching is the need of the hour. So they should learn to appreciate each other. They should learn to appreciate each other's work. So this attitude must be there with every student. Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible now, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So now getting into this definition of this term, it is an ongoing process. So it helps a group. So they have to work in a cohesive unit. They have to work as a cohesive unit. So that we have to make them understand. So what are the benefits of it? So why should they do it? Why should they work as a team? So these all things the students should be aware of. They should aware of the advantages of this, in what way this is going to benefit them in their personality development and also career development. So all these need to be focused. So they have to share their expectations. So group tasking is there, trusting each other, supporting each other, respecting other person's views. So in spite of differences, how to get along with people. So all these skills are direly needed. And we have I just want to share a, a, a small quote about this. So a youth leadership educator at Michigan State University, he explains the value of this team building. It is a guiding group members through intentional games that can help them. So apart from academic, we can have games. What he says is, through various activities. Games are nothing but activities. So through various activities, we can impart this skill, which will in turn get communication skills also. And this in turn, it will lead to unconscious learning of certain skills like active listening, question direction, clear, and learn. So these days we could come across students, they question for each and everything. Almost every one of us would be facing this in our classroom. So today, every day is a challenge for us. Every class is a challenge for us, because the way students ask is very certain things, certain level are very meaningless, and they are ineffective. So all these could be achieved through this team building. So I have a very short, small diagrammatic representation. So team building, it includes like a team communication, team behavior. Whether is what we called team building. So when we talk about communication, naturally we have active listening, dialogues, interchange of dialogues, feedbacks, so crucial conversations, influencing styles, so all these. And we talk about behaviors, how to behave in a meeting, so how to align their activities, so decision making, problem solving, so conflict resolution. This is very, very important. So these days conflicts have become a part and parcel of every day in our institution, almost all the places. So students, they terribly lack the quality of patience in them, acceptance. So these leads to various conflicts. So how to resolve? So next is spirit. So in when we talk about team spirit, it develops mutual trust, confidence, a sense of commitment is there. So all these we need to tell our students. Next, when we come to the mindset, we should have an open-minded. We should be open-minded. What you call a broad-minded, where we need to accept the views and suggestions of others, and we should learn to appreciate each other, and we need to prioritize our goals. So we need to keep ourselves engaged in some meaningful activity. So all these is what put together forms a team building. Next is like we can tell our students about the power of team building, right? So in what way this team building is it is a very powerful tool to achieve, to be a successful to succeed in our professional life. So in that case, positively charged leaders should be there. So team means we have a team leader, is it not? So in that case, positively charged, highly positive person should be there who leads. Next is increasing employee. Next is improves problem solving. Uh, motivation levels, internal communication. These are all as all these are powerful aspects, right? Next is the process. How does this process get along? The team building process. I hope I am clear, my friends. Uh, can you see the slide? Am I clear?
We are able to see, ma'am. It is visible, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. So when we talk about this process, so first is we have to identify and make the students understand the need for team building. Why should they go for a team? Why should they get into a team? Next is they need to have a proper objective and the skills that is required to be in a team. Next is considering the role of team members, and what is the role of team in achieving success. Next is coming to a strategy. They need to determine a strategy. They need to evolve a strategy to be in a team. Next is we develop a team of individuals. So we can have members. Team in the sense a normal range of 4 members. Only next is we establish communicative rules. So what are those that we need to communicate? How we should communicate? Next is we identify individual strength. If you are in a team of 4 or 5 members, naturally identifying the strengths of the group members it is not a task. It is an easy one. So next is how this is not like or very seriously monitored. The same base is very very important. So then and then we need to schedule meetings.
Subbulakshmi,
Uh,
ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
yes, yes,
Ma'am, your
yes.
voice is breaking at times. Your voice is breaking at times, ma'am. Can you just check, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Now is it okay, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Now it is fine. It is audible, but your voice is breaking at times. I think there is some
Okay,
network
okay.
disturbance, ma'am.
Okay,
That's it.
I have changed my position. Okay. So next
Yes,
is
ma'am.
then we can have the next step. Next is advantages. We can talk about the strength and weakness of this team building. Next is how to march towards vision and mission. So every team should have a vision. They should have a mission. Communication. Next is build amongst the members. Next is like how to introduce and manage changes. So change is inevitable. So acceptance is very, very important. Next is facilitating dedication. All these naturally it gets into the point of productivity. Okay. So all these we can share with our students. Next, a small distinction of this advantages and disadvantages. We need to share all these with our students. So what is it that really that is going to help them if they are in a team, and what is it that they are going to lose if they are not in the team? Yes. So in that case, advantages we have like more productivity and increased job satisfaction we have. Next is quality of work, accepting the changes, commitment towards goal. Next is low turnover downward. Next is cordial relationship. We have like development towards morale and motivation. So less cost and time. So these are all the various advantages. Positives. Next is the merits, demerits. When we talk about the disadvantages, lack of competence. So lack of competence in the sense like individual competence. So that when they are in a mixed group, mixed members, so naturally this happens. Next, unwillingness of management. So reluctant. Few people we can see, though they are in the team, they'll have reluctant towards working. So political involvement. So less training, not cooperative, conflict, lack of trust, lack of union. Next is uh, universal participation, time delay. So all these factors contribute to the disadvantages. Yes. Next is representation of the effective team. What are those components that makes the team? We'll just start from the top. Goal oriented. They should have a goal. Next is support members, supporting one another. Balanced. We should not be biased. They should have they should be biased and listen. One member should listen to the other member. Next is respect each other. So these is what is an effective team. Next is team building program. See the diagram here. We talk about communication. Verbal we have non-verbal public speaking, feedback, listening. So all these to form communication. And next is creativity. Creativity, flexibility should be there. Risk taking, innovation. All factors is what forms creativity. Next is credibility. So credibility is first is trustworthiness, trusting, mutual trust, reliability, values. We should have certain ethical codes, values, willingness to learn. That is what open-minded. Next is trust, trusting each other. So this is what forms credibility. Next, collaboration is we negotiate. Negotiate what? When views differ, we have to negotiate. We have to give and take. Yes. Next is cooperation, conflict resolution, problem solving. These all is what forms collaborative skills. So all these is what forms team building program. So team building is like leadership, goal, motivation, communication, cooperation, collaboration. So this is what ultimately. Now coming to this 21st century skills. So when we talk about this 21st century, so students of today, how far they are competent enough in the job market. Yes. So they need to have these three skills, a broad area: learning skill, literacy skill, and life skills. So when we talk about learning skills, communication, all these is what put together we call it as learning skills. Next is literacy skills. There's information, information technology, development in technology, media, technological, all these what we call as literacy. Next, life skills. Life skills very, very important. So life skills, when we talk about life skills, we talk about this flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. So these five are the life skills is a very broad area. All these five, what we come across here are major skills that I have taken. Okay, these five are very important skills that is essential for a human being, irrespective of personal life and career life, academic life, whatever it is. This is very, very important. Next is the 4 steps, that is the stages that are involved in team development. So forming a team, storming, norming, performing. Yes. So theoretically, so first come together as a team. Next is they discover this is very difficult than they expected. Then they move beyond the storming stage. Initially, getting intact with each other in a team is very difficult. Yes, so that is what we call storming stage. Next is they move the storming stage and begin to function as a team. An adaptive skill comes there automatically. Next, they begin to function as a team. The next step is they start performing, work together, and the performance.
Dear participants, ma'am will join now. She has some network disturbances. She'll join now. We are very sorry for the inconvenience. Thank you all.
Sorry, friends, I had a small uh, technical disturbance. Is the screen visible now? Is the screen
Yes, ma'am.
visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma. So when we talk about this perspective, I would like to correlate here. We have got, according to the new education policy, so where we have the 4 years post 12th standard, we come into the degree category as we call it as honors with 4 years, is it not? So in that case, we have a paper a course on internship. Maybe few autonomous institutions still they do have, they do it is there, it does exist, but this new education policy, they insist on internship uh, I mean, with this honors degree students. So in that case, this will help them drastically. So the skills that is required for them, they'll automatically learn, they'll automatically acquire them in the process of internship, right? So this will pave way for future research work. Yes. Next, the major team building activities. Yes, so in the classroom. So here I would like to mention team building. Apart from, like, you can ask, like, it differs, like in what way we can implement this with different subjects. Supposingly, if it is maths, how can I do it, ma'am? If it is a science paper, or if it is any other what do you call, management related papers, how can I implement them? So here, where our creativity plays its role, so we can think over it. So I can only suggest for my area of study. So here we have a mixed set of people here. So in that case, we need to think about in what way we can make this as an activity in the classroom. The second option that I would like to share here is, uh, we in every college, every institution, they focus on campus interviews, right? So giving training to the students for the campus interviews. Most of the colleges, they do it only in the 11th hour. Supposingly next week we have companies coming for campus, so prior to it, the before week, they give training for the students. So this actually, it should be avoided. We need to have this practice, this is a strenuous practice which has to be done right from the first semester of the students, because it is a continual process. It doesn't happen overnight or within a week. Am I audible, ma'am? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear, ma'am? Is my voice clear?
Now it is fine, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay, ma'am. So in that case, what I would like to suggest here is, kindly make it possible to have a pre-training session for the students right from the first semester. As they enter into the institution, we can have this as a can have it as a, even in the timetable, like once in a week, just one class or two class maximum in a week for personality development, practical. It is not going to be theory there. They'll just learn little bit of theories, what is what, how to do it, and rest of all practical session should be there, where students alone are involved in doing it. So if this is practiced, I am sure when when they come to the final year, they will be able to do things confidently. But I don't know whether institutions will be able to implement it. Implementation is with the side of the institutions. I cannot suggest for it. I can just suggest for a minimum of one class or two class a week. In a week, just one or two classes. A lot for personality development class, where all these skills, team building skills, leadership skills, so life skills, so we can have a set of even we can have a pattern of uh, what we can do, and we can have it as a syllabus also. So we can have what are all those activities that we can focus on it, so everything could be worked out, so that once we work out, we can just carry on with it with few modifications in the consecutive years, right? So all these could be achieved only when it is done as a continuous practice. That is what I want to mention here. So we come across here on the screen certain activities, so that will help them to be a good team member. So next is lead a team. So rather than being a team member, being a team leader is very important, because the leader is the one who motivates his team members, whose inputs should be positive, so that their team members will be able to have the sense of belongingness and able to dedicate themselves to the work. In that case, so they need to have a leader's mindset. So setting up the team towards, so goal oriented, result oriented, that mindset. Next is a culture of feedback in the sense like it is not going to degrade anybody. It is always going to, feedbacks always help us to improve. So that attitude should be developed. Next, leading the team effectively through change. So managing time, energy effectively. So that is very, very important. How to manage our time, how to be efficient. So all these need to be taken care by the team lead. Yes. So what is team lead according to team building according to students? So this is what: communication, conflict management, listening, reliability, respectfulness. Basic is respectful. Respecting each other is very, very important in a team. So this we need to tell our students. So these exercises or the games, they are designed to get groups of people work together. We have a are involved only with physically people and talking with people face to face is totally gone out now. That's why they don't know how to be, how to talk, how to react, how to respond. So all these qualities are totally gone out of the students now because of this sitting with mobiles, this influence of mobile phones. So in that case, how we can slowly discard that from the student and make them to sit personally with each other and communicate. Next, this in turn will help them to improve their, enhance their social skills. Society is there, so they are part of the society. They need to have skills that to play their part in the society. So confidently, so self confidence is there. So all these they need to understand, and they need to be happier in their adulthood. So that is very, very important. Being with the technology doesn't give happiness. So physically being with friends and enjoying is real happiness. So this we need to make them understand. Yes. So life lessons and important skills. So this is how far they are going to help us in their life. So all these we need to make them understand. So what are the objectives? So team building, what are the major objectives is in a workplace, we promote companies' values. Next is we create avenues for innovative ideas. Next is encouraging entrepreneurship. Next is internal communication. So when we talk about internal communication these days, like people talking with each other has totally gone out. So that we need to improvise. Next is customer relationship, how to talk with customers. Next is how to manage change. Changes can be expected any point of time in life. So for that, we have to get ourselves prepared physically and mentally to accept. So next is improving network, human network. So negotiation, boosting negotiation. So all these need to be, we need to make students aware of all these. Next, what are those pillars of team building we call? We have certain qualities. Those forms the pillars of team building. First comes trust, trusting members. Next is resolving conflict, so misunderstandings. So all these will be there, how to resolve it. Next is commitment, how far we are committed towards the work. Next is accountable, so whatever we do we are accountable for it. Next, ultimately we achieve result. So helping the students get to know is actually, it is a fun. So that is why we have get-togethers. We have like freshers, what do you call, welcoming freshers. So all these functions are being celebrated in order to make them get together. So this we need to make them understand. Next is the culture of the campus is also focused. Next, helping them outside of their comfort zone. So students these days, like everybody is in their own comfort zone. They are not ready to move out of their comfort zone. So we need to make them, through these activities, they'll automatically come out of their comfort zone, and which will help them to grow and open the possibilities of new friendship. Yes, so we need to make them understand the importance of this. So help them to meet, know different people, and we need to enjoy their adulthood. So the basic things required is positive attitude, building relationship building, honesty, open-minded, conflict management, responsible. So these qualities are required. So a small intro about a game by name Trivia. So this is actually, it's a name is peculiar, but this game actually we can have this only when we have training session. This could be used only during the training session. So in that case, like it is to bring people who don't know one another, each other, and randomly students are paired, and they have not, with whom they have not yet met. Yes. So back to back drawing is, we have set of students sitting back to back, like where they can have a piece of paper and a small picture in it, and other student will have a blank paper. One person will have this, the other person to his back will have a plain paper, and the student one is having the picture will describe what it looks at. He won't show the picture. He has to describe how the picture is and all those, and the student on the other side has to draw. So see how coordination happens. Yes. So we can have a timer set and we can compare them. So this actually brings in some laughs. They'll enjoy. And in a way, this helps us to learn people. Yes, what sort of people we are going to mingle with. Next is one sentence story activity by name one sentence story is there. So this is a creative activity where students talk while they are working together, and they tell a story, and they go around the group, and each group they add one sentence, and that is how the story. Imagine we have 5 to 6 groups. So one will start with the beginning sentence, the other group will continue the story. So like this it will pass on to the 5 groups, and the story comes to an end with a moral. And this team building skill, it is not something that is that this is rarely needed in all aspects of in classroom, for being collaborative, being a good decision making, and this is not awkward. It doesn't involve any awkward activities, and a new level of learning takes place, and the students, they learn to listen, they learn to trust each other, they learn to support each other. Yes, and while developing life skills, and these life skills are the skills that we cannot learn from the textbook. It has to be hands-on experience. Uh, that is uh, that is the peculiarity of the life skill. And learning with peers, and it is not something we memorize. Yes. Next is leadership activities for college students, when we have like fun, and it adds levity to their classroom. It helps them to be in informal connection with peer members. Yes. So these are all few activities where minimum 5 and maximum 10 students are involved, and this could be done. I'll just uh, concentric circle is inner circle, outer circle, and one is what from the inner is paired with one from the outer, and how they do mix with each other and get along with things. Next is the absurd questions we have, where we talk about beneficial statement, and students they need to develop this idea. Next, make it personal is another activity. and uh, group size 2 to 8 members. So they can question it and they discuss that. And soft skill. So the highest skill that is being valued by employers today. We have all these set of skills: integrity, communication, courtesy, responsibility, social skills, positive attitude, professionalism, flexibility, teamwork, creativity, work ethics. What you call as soft skills. And curricular elective subjects we have, and extracurricular courses also we have. So these are all highly effective for teamwork. So that is why we see to it that we give ample opportunities for the students to take part in co-curricular and extracurricular activities. So these two are very, very important for them to develop this teamwork skill. When the student involves in these two, automatically they develop this teamwork skill, because in these two areas they have to work in teams. Whether it may be a sports or it may be any co-curricular meeting or a conference or a seminar, and extracurricular naturally fine arts or many such competitions. So they have to highly depend on each other. So they'll automatically learn the quality of this. Yes. And so previous theories, they have observed that extracurricular activities, they have shown. Yes, we do agree. So extracurricular activities, they do pave way for many positive uh, thoughts and many positivity of the among the children. And university students, they acquire these skills when engage in activities like sports, volunteering, art and design, workshops, seminars, conferences. Yes, so all these are very instrumental in developing the life skills. Next, the students who participate in the musical activities, and maybe international level or the national level, they are better teamwork, they have better teamwork skills. And you can even have this: tell me about yourself. So this is very good activity for the team as beginners. It will help them to learn more about others. What are we going to learn, do knowing about others? So it is not like the content, it is the way they present. And what makes a good team? So like a machine that need to be lubricated frequently. So likewise, a good team should be oiled. It's a well-oiled machine where the group lead should be very active, and the team should be, it should have good communication skills. It should focus on a common goal, and everyone participates equally. So this is what put together framed as good team. So next is higher education institutions. They highlight the necessity of soft skills and hard skills, what they call. So which meets the required personal, academic, and professional demands. So hard skills is technical knowledge. Soft skill is all these interpersonal qualities, set of rules, various skills. So all these that is going to help them to function effectively in the way, like it may be a professional environment or an academic environment. So how this is going to help them. So traditional hard skills. So it plays a significant role in the current context, and lack of consensus. So characterization and implementation. This is very important. Next is students, they are designed to observe this teamwork and teamwork skills, and it is considered to be a very important social and cultural context, because socio-cultural features, they determine individuals' behavior and attitude towards teamwork. Yes, so this is very, very important. All these we need to make the students understand. That is what is important. So teamwork skills, see, we gain close attention, we consider essential competencies, and it is more globalized, dynamic, and it is a complex world. And new employees, they are being asked if they have teamwork skills, whether they have prior exposure to this skill, whether they can resolve specific issues. So how will they respond to it? So all these are being asked in interview today, these days. Today in the sense these days. So they should be able to. It's not mere preparation. It is hands-on experience. So we should understand that we should acquire these skills before we sit for any professional development. So a few tips for better teamwork. So team understand the goals and meeting, and its commitment to trading. Next is communication, honest, openness. Next is creativity, innovation. Next is people are comfortable, what you call comfort zone, and taking reasonable risk. And members have high quality decision together. So individually, there may be certain lapses. When they are put together, naturally they'll have high quality decisions. And this actually, in what way this uh, high quality, like decisions, making decisions together help us is it will improve their individual profile. So personally, a person's competence, development is marked only the way they move in a team. So the performance that they are able to achieve when they are in a team is gauged, and this applies to them when they are technically, when they come to what you call uh, practical oriented. Yes, practice. When they come for the job market, when they come for the job environment, so practically how far this is, they are able to apply this. So this matters. All these that they have acquired, they try to implement in the work environment. Yes, and yes, ma'am. Any questions?